The story you don't name will keep running your life. But the moment you see it clearly, you take back the pen. And that's when everything starts to shift. That's why you never let yourself rest, because some part of you believes that stopping means losing everything. And that's why success feels temporary, like sand slipping through your hands. Because you can't build a new life on a foundation that was wired for survival. Because the truth is, you were never behind, you were never less than, you were just living in a story that was never yours to begin. Most of us are living a lie. Not the kind you tell other people, but the quiet, unspoken one that's been running your life for years without you even knowing it. I know, because I lived it too. For me, the lie started when I was 13. It feels like a lifetime ago, because it was, but I know I can still see it clearly now. The first time I experienced betrayal. The girl I thought I loved cheated on me. And I know, you might be thinking, that's just teenage drama. But here's what I didn't understand until years later. That moment planted a seed of rejection. When something happens that overwhelms your ability to make sense of it, your brain doesn't just store the memory, it creates a shortcut, a little if-then program that helps you navigate the world. For me, that shortcut said, if you don't want to be hurt, prove you're enough. Always be enough. Outperform the rejection. For years, I never thought about that moment. It wasn't something I consciously carried, but years later, sitting in therapy, that memory came back and I realized it had been shaping me in ways I didn't see. Because that's how these lies work. They're quiet. They hum in the background. And they don't just shape what you do, they shape how you see yourself. For me, the seed of rejection showed up everywhere. Overworking to earn approval, staying quiet in rooms where I should have been leading, chasing validation in relationships, in work, in everything, because some part of me believed if I'm good enough, they won't leave. Maybe your story is different. Maybe your seed was planted when a parent said, don't get your hopes up. Maybe it was a teacher who told you, you're not leadership material. Maybe it was growing up feeling invisible, overlooked, or not enough. Those early stories, they teach your nervous system what to expect, what's safe, and what's possible. But there's a cost. You grow up, you build, you achieve, but deep down, you're still operating as the younger version of yourself. That's why you can hit every milestone and still feel like you're chasing something you can't name. That's why you never let yourself rest, because some part of you believes that stopping means losing everything. And that's why success feels temporary, like sand slipping through your hands. Because you can't build a new life on a foundation that was wired for survival. For years, that was me. I hustled, I achieved, I stacked wins. From the outside, it looked like I was unstoppable. But inside, I was still that 13-year-old kid trying to earn his way out of rejection. I need you to hear this. You can't outwork a broken story. No amount of hustle, no stack of wins, no external validation will fix an internal narrative you've never updated. Science says that our brain is plastic. Neuroplasticity, the ability of your brain to rewire itself, it's real. But you can't change a story you haven't even named. So this is where we start. Instead of just identifying the surface story, I want you to map the timeline of when the lie first took root. So here's how you do it. Find a quiet space, no distractions, and ask yourself this question. When's the first time I remember feeling less than or feeling unworthy? When the memory comes up, and it will, write it down. Describe the scene. Where were you? What did it feel like? What did you start believing about yourself in that moment? Then write one sentence about how that belief shows up in your life today. So here's what mine looked like. Age 13, the event was betrayal. My first love cheated on me. The belief, if I'm good enough, they won't leave. How it shows up now. overworking, trying to be perfect, chasing approval. This exercise isn't about judgment. It's about clarity. Because what we bring to the light, we can finally start to change. The brain that wrote the old program, it can write a new one too. And that's what we do inside the rooted framework. We don't just identify the lie, we create the conditions for your identity to update, for your nervous system to stop defaulting to survival, and for you to build from alignment instead of fear. The story you don't name will keep running your life. But the moment you see it clearly, you take back the pen. And that's when everything starts to shift. Because the truth is, you were never behind, you were never less than, you were just living in a story that was never yours to begin with. If this resonated with you, don't just keep scrolling, share this, because every week we're doing the work of rewriting these stories and building lives that match who we really are. And when you're ready to take one deeper of a step, take the free potential profile assessment. The link is below. It'll show you your natural impact style and give you a clearer picture of who you've always been all along. Because we believe that potential isn't earned, it's unlocked.